Granddaughter here, and she wants to make a rotten pumpkin. So I showed her how to use the heat gun. I've put a skewer on this so her hands aren't near the heat. Don't forget to get your top. So we wrap these in saran wrap, just plain old kitchen saran wrap. I actually wrapped mine twice around, burnt it with the heat gun, and then wrapped it again. Are you going to want to wrap yours again too? Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wrap him one. I wrapped mine twice and then did this step twice. So she's wanting hers wrapped twice. So I'm going to show you this process. You don't have to do this twice, but if you want to, you can. I went around twice, Jess, if you just want to go around once or twice or 3 times, whatever you want to do. The more you go around and the more you do these steps, the fleshier your pumpkin looks. Like this guy. I went around him and burnt him multiple times, so. Okay, and then the scissors are right down beside you, Jess. Okay, in toward the back, not the front. There you go. Perfect. Oh, and she's a lefty, so it's going to be harder for her to cut. Since I have right-handed scissors. Yes, there is a such thing as right and left-handed scissors. So if you're a righty or a lefty and you've been using right-handed scissors, life has probably been really hard for you. Okay. She's going to pull everything down toward the bottom. And then she's going to fold everything at the top and stick it down nice. Now, are you comfortable doing the bottom since I showed you how? Yeah? Okay. So hold at the top. Oh. Okay. And then she's going to burn the bottom, start on the bottom first, and then stick it up against, there you go, stick it down on your wood to help kind of push it down while it's warm so it stays flat. And then get that corner down there, Jess. There you go, right there. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then I recommend putting a skewer on this. This is just out of the kitchen. So then her hand is nowhere near the gun as she's doing it. Don't touch the end of that with the, here you go. If you have a heat gun with dual settings, one of the videos I seen, they had it set on 450. My heat gun is dual temp, but it starts at 750, and then goes to 1,000 or 1,200. And so I don't have the different settings. Do you see how it's kind of getting like bubbly and gross and... Okay, looks good. There we go. Let that dry before, or let that cool before you try to pull that off, okay? Do you like it? Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll be back. We're going to go grab the black spray paint. Okay, so she's going to spray a couple spots, and then she's going to blot the paint. And it just kind of helps push it down into all the little spots. You can do this as thick or as thin as you want. I have extra paper towels standing ready because she's going to make a mess and she's going to need help. No, trust me, I made a bigger mess, so Ed didn't care that I ruined his little piece of wood that he gave me, so. And you guys see how she's kind of, when she's blotting it, it's pushing it down into the...
And you can wear gloves, so you don't have to, but you can.
You can wear gloves so you don't get it all over your fingers. She wasn't worried about it, so. Don't worry, we're going to spray it a couple times, so. Yep, you want to get inside his eyes too, because we don't want the white to show. These are the dollar store little $1, everything's a dollar store. These are those just little pumpkins. We'll get one out and show it at the end of the video. I have a bunch more in the bedroom. And then we left some of the shrink wrap. We didn't break it across the eyes because we wanted it to look kind of scary. Here, just throw that on the garage floor, Jess. You can always have a bag ready, but I didn't do that where I should have. Okay, now, if you want, we can let that dry, and then we'll come back, and if she decides to, we may do another round. I made mine. This is one of the ones I made, and what I ended up doing was I sprayed the black spray paint in, and it kind of ate away at the foam, which kind of made it creepy cool. We're going to put a candle in this, but if you guys look, that is saran wrap, and it's just beat up with a thing, and then I made fangs. And then I left a little bit of orange here or there, but you don't have to leave any of that. And then I took some green spray paint, made it look like mold was growing on my pumpkin. If you guys look, there's a little bit of green and white paint. And I just dabbed it, making it look like mold grew. Do you want more black, or you want a little bit of orange?
I want like a little bit of orange, but not too much.
Okay, so she's decided to spray a little bit more as we go. And she's still dabbing, and that way the orange will still come through, and you just don't have a big blob of black. And if you're watching, sorry, Heather, she'll wash off, we swear. Ah! That's why you're with Nana. We're out in the garage. If you're gonna do this project, do it outside. You're using a heat gun on foam, which actually is a chemical reaction, so we don't want to do this inside the house. Now, do you like that, or do you like it darker?
I might do it a little darker.
Looks like he's got snot up his nose, hey? And then his fangs, which one of them kind of shriveled up, but that's okay. This one I made a little darker. I put a little bit more green on it. We're going to do one more video with different.
And don't do this so close to your face.
Yeah. I don't want to breathe those paint fumes in like she just did. So, there you go. And then I shellac these with a clear poly or a matte poly. So that way when you put them outside, your craft paint, because this is just acrylic craft paint, the little 50-cent apple. But it's up to her whether she wants them to look moldy.
Need fresh air.
Okay, she stepped out for a little fresh air because the garage is smelling. No, here's the one I just did for me. So I'll be back. Okay, so here's mine. Oh, I see a little bit of white right here. So look at your eyes and make sure that you don't have, or your mouth and your nose, and make sure, like I have a little bit of white showing there too, on inside the nose right there. So the only other thing to do is make sure that your mouth is not, and anything is white on the inside of there. So if you guys look in there, you can see the white. So we'll be right back. And then we're going to let these dry, and then we're going to come back and do the molding technique. Okay, so look how cool the paint looks. I'm using spray paint, so the solvent in the spray paint kind of eats away the foam. So look how cool that looks inside there. You could use acrylic craft paint if you don't want them so dark. You could very well do that, especially if you're going to be around small kids, because the paint fumes, we have the wind blowing really hard today. It's overcast and a storm's coming in, and the wind is usually going west to east, and today it's coming east to west. So we're actually having some of that blow into us. But we're going to let these cool, and then we'll be back, okay?
Check the date.
This is the pumpkin from Everything's a Dollar. So it's just one of those little foam Everything's a Dollar, Dollar Tree store pumpkins. They're actually hollow in the middle. Okay, so we're going to do like a dry brush with this. So she dabbed in the white paint, and then she took it, if you want, put that here so you don't get it on your skirt, babe. No, your... Not that it matters. This is just the acrylic craft paint, and this company is not sponsoring that video. Okay, so just dab it wherever on the outside that you would think mold would want to grow on your pumpkin. So basically like around the holes and around the darker spots. And then mold is not that thick, so we're just going to dry brush it just a little bit more on that. She's got the paint just a little thick, so I just wipe some of it off. Wipe it like really good, real hard. There you go, just like that. Perfect. Don't worry, we're going to be taking the green. There you go. And then if it seems like it's too much, you can wipe it. And then dry brush it. Awesome. And then just go around on the darker spots. Okay. Okay, then I had her take the green, and I put a little bit of green here, and then she dabbed it. And then, again, this is more of a tapping. You're going to make it look like spores are growing, like moldy spores are growing. And so white and green will kind of make it look like mold. So everywhere your white is now, Jess, go ahead and hit with that green. And then if it looks like your green's running out, then dab it and dry brush it back off onto the... It got cold today. She came over and we were going to go swimming at the state park. And it's like 60 degrees. It went from 87 and humid to 60 and cool and breezy. So okay, are you good, or is it too much, or we like it?
I like it.
Okay, so if she doesn't want to put any more mold, we're gonna spray it with polyurethane if she thinks she's done. I'd put a little bit more green, like right there where that white is. There you go. It's a little bit too much white. And then if you want, just dab green wherever. Oh, dab. And this is more of a dry brush technique, so I'm reminding her to dab it. And like I said, you can always wipe it if it looks too green or too much, or... Oh, see, that's perfect. Yeah, that's the last spot. That was perfect. I would wipe your sponge back off on the paper towel one more time. There you go. That's perfect. Yeah, because she wiped it off real good. And okay, so she's gonna polyurethane this. Now, she had a bunch of paint all over her hands, and I had fingernail polish remover. This is a satin. Okay, I took orange paint and kind of dry brushed all over my pumpkin. And I'm going to do a stain on mine. I'll show you another video with the stain on the outside aspect. And I need to go ahead and hit this with black because the saran wrap is showing. But here's Jesse's. It's drying now. Creepy. We're going to put candles in them. And I'll do another video with just the candles. Okay, so Jesse's first time doing hers, and of course these were my mold spore growing rotten pumpkins. Okay, be kind to each other. Have a great one, guys.